not simply you're not simply going to get up and say that this year I want my life to change. This year I want to become a director. This year I want to become a world member. This year I want to clear all my debts. This year I want to buy land. This year I want to travel. I want to travel. This year I want to do this. And boop, everything happens. No. When you have been able to identify everything that you want to accomplish in a year, you have to develop a strategy. You have to develop a plan. You need to come up with a clear set of activities that you are actually going to do so that you can be able to chase or hunt for your goals and dreams. So it's quite important that we all keep our goals and dreams in a check, so that when we are celebrating success at the end of the year, you are also celebrating your personal success. So the purpose of today's meeting, we want to do a reevaluation. We want to do a reevaluation to see, because all of us here, I know all of us here have goals that we want to achieve. All of us here, we have dreams that we want to achieve by the end of the year. But the question is, February is coming to an end. We get into March. So end of March, that would simply mean that the first quarter of the year is done. So when the first quarter of the year is done, that should simply mean that even with our goals and dreams, we should have achieved 25%. We should have achieved 25%. You should have been able to do 25% of the things that you said you are going to do. But the question is, are you doing them? The question is, are you moving forward or you're moving backward? That's a question that I need all of us to ask ourselves. Are we moving forward or we are moving backward? Are our goals coming closer or we even have forgotten them? Are you doing all it takes to make sure that you can be able to accomplish your goals and dreams, or you're just doing average? Yeah, this evening I was sharing with someone at office, and this person was telling me that whatever case it may be, they want to be part of the dinner at the Impact Summit in Dar es Salaam. And the best ticket to be part of the World Team Consistency Dinner at the Impact Summit in Dar es Salaam, the best ticket that all of us have is to do 3 in 30s every single month. So are you doing the 3 in 30s? And even when we were coming up at the start of the year, when we were talking about what are some of the strategies, what are some of the plans, what is the best way to be able to accomplish the goals for 2025? One of the things that I clearly mentioned is that if there is any password for us to succeed this year, for us to achieve our goals, it is by doing a lot of personal sponsoring. A lot of personal sponsoring. And I remember communicating that if you are going to achieve your goals and dreams and targets for this year out of Neo Life, we should all be looking at bare minimum. If the month has really gone bad, the bare minimum for personal sponsoring is a 3 in 30. But if you really are serious about your goals and dreams, you need to be doing a 5 in 30. You need to be doing a 6 in 30. You need to sponsor 8 people. You need to sponsor 10 people. You need to sponsor 15 people personally. And of course, All these things, I say them with confidence because I know that they can be done. I know they've been done. I have seen people have done them. I personally, I have been able to do them. That is why I would confidently tell you that I also know that someone on this call can actually become a world team member by end of this year, 2025. I know that, and I say it with confidence because I became a world team member in 1 year and 1 month. So if I have been able to do it, if other people have been able to do it, we have people who have done it in 7 months. We have people who have become world team members in 8 months. We have people who have become directors in 4 months, in 3 months. We have people who have become directors in 2 months. We have people who have become directors in 6 months. I became a director in 6 months. So everyone on this call can become a director. Everyone on this call can become a world team member. But the password is a lot of personal sponsoring. A lot of personal sponsoring. Why do we say you need to be sponsoring 3 people, 5 people every single month? It is because we know that out of sponsoring very many people, not all of them are active. Not all of them will be active. Every single time we sponsor, we'll get 1 or 2 or 3 who will be very actively involved in the business, who will even do the business even better than you. So that we need to continue sponsoring. We need to continue sponsoring so that we can be able to get those A players, those people that are very serious. If you are doing the business, you're serious and passionate about this business, but in whatever you are doing, you are not involved in activities that are leading you to sponsoring. I would want to say that whatever you're doing is good, but you need to change direction and focus and put your attention on sponsoring. Continue with whatever you're doing, but know that you need to adjust your focus to make sure that all your activities, to make sure that all you're doing is actually leading you to sponsoring people personally. Whatever activities that you're doing with your downlines, they need to be focusing them to sponsoring, doing 3 in 30s, doing 5 in 30s, doing a 6 in 30, because that is the password. I mean, our neighbors in Tanzania, Evelyn is on this call. Our neighbors in Tanzania, the reason as to why they've become successful is because of a lot of sponsoring, personally. The reason as to why they are thriving, the reason as to why they are, they are on top of the world today is because of a lot of personal sponsoring, because of a lot of team sponsoring. So very fast, I'm going to unmute and I'm going to give a chance to every single person to share with us what are they doing to make sure that they are in line with achieving their goals and dreams for the year. Share with us what you're doing. Tell us what activities are you carrying on. Share with us how many people have you so far sponsored from the start of the year. How many managers have you been able to develop? Because those are some of the things that we need to be looking into. With our business, the more people we develop, the more we are able to grow. You don't develop people, you don't grow. When you have 1, 2 managers being developed in a month, you will be having 1,000 points and you will be automatically a senior manager. When you have 4 managers being developed on the team and 1 senior manager, automatically you will be an executive manager. When you have two executive managers on the team and have some like 3, 4, 5 as senior managers and about 8 managers on the team, automatically you are a director. When you develop 1, 2, 3 directors on the team, automatically you are a world team member. So we need to sponsor, we need to help our people to grow, and then automatically we are going to grow. Now, with that in at the back of our mind, so each one of us is going to share with us what were their goals, what have they so far done, and what are they doing to see that we end off this year achieving our goals and dreams. I'll start with myself, I think. This year, my goal is to actually make one step, just one step. I am currently a 2 Ruby director. I just want to make one step to 3 Ruby director. And my goal is to develop 3 director legs. And I also want to make sure that by the end of the year, I have sponsored a minimum of 36 people. That is a minimum of a 3 in 30 every single month. And my other goal is to also develop a world team member. Those are my business goals. And as per today, in January, I did my 3 in 30. And of course, developed quite a number of managers. That's how we ended up with 8 New Life Shakes. Those were 8 managers. And then also this month as well, this month of Feb, I have already done my 3 in 30, though I want to see how best to grow it so that by the end of the month, I have done a 6 in 30. So business is going on very well. I see myself that by the end of this year, I should have been able to accomplish and to achieve my goal for the year. So I am going to unmute all of us. Share with us your goal for the year. Share with us the goal for the year. Share with us what you have so far done. What you have so far done. And where you see yourself. And just in case you also need help, please, you can also be able to ask for help. From this meeting, we can be able to guide you. So off we go. Whoever is ready can be able to unmute themselves and we start from there. Okay, I think I need to do a selection. So everyone is going to share. So we are starting with Owor Alexander, a director although from Eastern Uganda. That is from Tororo. Mr. Alexander, can you unmute yourself? You probably share with us what your New Life business goal for this year is, and probably what you have so far done. Alexander, are you there? Okay, we will go to the next one. Mr. Ngabo Fred. Mr. Ngabo Fred, are you able to unmute yourself and you share with us what your goal for the year is and what you have so far been able to do in line with achieving your goal for the year. Because at least I know you have so far sponsored two people this year, one in January and one in Feb. Mr. Ngawa, are you able to share? Okay, we'll move to the second person, the third person, and that is none other than Muhwezi Simon. Muhwezi Simon is a gentleman who has just completed his payment for registration, and he's doing quite well. I think we have so far met over 20 prospects. Yes, Mr. Muhwezi Simon, can you be able to share with us your goal and what you're doing to be able to achieve your goal?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
So, good evening. Yes, good evening to everyone.
Yes, we
I'm
can
Muhwezi
hear.
Simon, and yes, I'm grateful to be part of you. So far, I'm engaging myself, talking with people, and I'm looking forward in that by the end of the year, at least I should be the director. Yes, that is my goal for this year.
How many people have you so far talked to about the business ever since you started coming to office? Because that's very, very key.
Minimum
I don't know whether it is my network that is not clear, but we are not able to get you. Okay, I think we have lost you a bit, Muhwezi Simon. Okay. So I think Muhwezi Simon, because we're working directly with him here in Kampala. I think he's doing quite well because he just completed his payment, I think, last week. But even before completing his payment, if I am not mistaken, he has so far invited over 30 people. And that shows you how serious and committed he is towards the accomplishment of his goal. And I remember I gave him a goal of at least every single week he should be, because by the end of the month, should have talked to at least we should have at least talked to over 100 people. But so that's 100 people, that's 25 people per week. And I hope you are able to do that so that you can be able to achieve your goal by the end of the year. Mr. Alexander, are you able to share now? I see you have
No, I just wanted to appreciate your efforts.
Okay.
Yeah, towards this kind of trainings is so good for us. It motivates us and at least encourages us to continue working hard.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alexander Wall. Mr. Alexander Wall is a director and he does his business in Tororo in Eastern Uganda. So thank you so much for that. Evelyn, I see you already unmute. Evelyn Murema, could you please share with us what is your goal for the year? What have you so far done? And how are you keeping up with the activities to get you to achieve your goal? Hi, Evelyn.
Hi,
Hi,
good evening.
good evening. How is Tanzania?
It's fine, very hot like that.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, please,
okay.
you can share with us.
My goal for this year, I'm working toward become a sapphire. What I'm doing now, I'm identify people who I can develop them to director because I want 3 directors. So far, I've identified 2. I'm trying to work with them, and they're serious a bit. They're working, and also I'm continuing to sponsor. To get, because this business, the breathing of the business is sponsoring, get new people. So I'm continuing sponsoring to get more people. Maybe they are more serious, or they can take their business in the other step and it push my business too. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
How many
Thank you.
people have you been able to sponsor for the month of January and Feb so far, personally?
January, I sponsored 2. February, not yet, but someone has deposited. Though my target is to sponsor 3 people. I want to be doing 30.
Okay, that is very good.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's see how best we can keep up with that. And then we need to improve on the personal sponsoring, because at least I think I do believe that you very well know how you've seen you in Tanzania. You very well know how people are progressing, and you very well know that the password to their success has been through personal sponsoring. So if the Sapphire step is to come through and we have to develop the 3 directors, then we need to really boost our personal sponsoring and the team sponsoring. For some reason, I do not know why, but usually what you do is what your team does. So if you want your team to sponsor, then you need to sponsor. If you don't sponsor, your team does not sponsor. If you focus on sales, your team focuses on sales. You focus on sponsoring, your team focuses on sponsoring. So off to the next person. Tuinomugisha Alice. Could you please unmute yourself? You tell us what your goal is, what you have so far done, and what is actually in the pipeline. What are you doing for the growth of your business? Tuinomugisha Alice. Tuinomugisha Alice, are you there? Are you able to unmute yourself? Okay. Joseph Mojisha.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Justus.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very okay. I'm sorry, last time I had the challenge of network and I was in dark place, so I couldn't log in to share anything, simply because I was in noisy place and also in dark place.
It's okay.
But thank you for always sacrificing your time to mentors, to train us, to show us direction on what we should do in order to grow our businesses. My goals for this year, of course, I wanted to make 91 million shillings because I have goals that we want to achieve. And out of 91 million, I plan to get someone to stay with because I'm too late for that. And I saw that to earn such money, I need to step up to one Ruby director whereby I'll be earning over 7 million. But it doesn't come easy. I have to work for it. The strategy, I sent a goal to always do 3 in 30, though January was a tricky month for me, but I'm trying hard to maintain my 3 in 30, so I'm working on it. Very soon I will start sponsoring 3 to do 3 in 30. That was my strategy. And also to develop leaders because when you sponsor or when I sponsor, I identify self-driven people that I could work with to develop and also become leaders. So far I have 3. One of them is Collins, number 2 is Alice, number 3 is Christine. So my goal is to develop 3 new directorates so that I could step up to one will be director, but I want to do that before August this year. So I'm working hard with Alice and other leaders that I have mentioned. And I see that Alice has sponsored so far 2 people. Collins is sponsoring, and I'm trying to mentor and also support so that they can achieve director step, start making money. And also, when you help someone to make money, you also make money. So I cannot achieve my dreams minus developing leaders under me, because I learned in director training that the raw material for your next step is under your feet. So if you help someone down, if you help your downline step up, you also step up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working with these people, sponsor and also develop managers, senior managers, so that they can step up to director. Because minus sponsoring, business cannot grow. So that's what I'm doing. I have already 3 people, and I want to add on more leaders through sponsoring, personal sponsoring, then to develop these 3 legs to become directors. That's it. That's what I'm doing, and I see we are moving forward. Thank you very much.
That's very good. Joseph, have you so far sponsored, how many have you so far sponsored personally this year? Hey, Joseph, I wanted you to tell us how many people you've so far sponsored this year.
In January, it was tricky month. I didn't sponsor, but I have people who have deposited some money. 3 of them, they haven't completed, but I'm trying to look for other people, because you cannot rely on those people. So I prospect every single day, I present one-on-ones. But I have that goal of sponsoring 3 as I help these people already that I have identified to develop them, also to step up. I'm committed on it. I'm going to do it.
Okay, wonderful. Because that is what is going to determine whether we are going to achieve our goals or not. So we need to work. We need to get that sorted so that our business can move on well. On to you, Beatrice. Beatrice Bianca, you can share, unmute yourself and you share with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm sorry that I'm on my business. So in case of something interrupts I have customers still coming in. I'm on my other business. Anyway, Beatrice Biencham, what is my strategy for this year? The backbone of our business is sponsoring to do the 3 in 30 every month. It was my goal. And I really look forward to being a Sapphire director this year and to attend the incentive. Actually I'm working upon that incentive of attending the dinner. I look forward to be a Sapphire director and to develop at least 3 legs of directors in my team. Though the people I have, they have not yet, some seem to be very busy, seem not to have got the concept properly. They're still wagging, but as they are still wagging, as I'm still prospecting other people. And I'm looking forward to developing new people so that I can move to another step, and also to grow my customer base, because as an individual, I need to at least to qualify every month. To qualify, it is one of my strategy that I need to qualify every month, of which in January was kind of hectic and tricky month that I did not perform to my expectation. And but February, I'm looking forward to achieving my goals. That so far I have 2 new downlines, 2 new distributors, and hopefully tomorrow one will complete, because it's just remaining with only 50K to deposit, so that I can get the 3 in 30. So I want to keep also the momentum of the 3 in 30 all the way long up to November, the momentum. So, and since our backbone is sponsoring, looking forward, and also to gain more knowledge and support from my leaders. It's also a paramount to invest more time in this business. At least those days, last year, I wasn't that so much committed, because I was doing this business only 1 day in a week. But as for now, I'm looking at least I get 4 days in a week, whereby I count a Wednesday, I count a Thursday, a Saturday, and at least half of the Sunday after my church. Then I can do also business. So I'm looking up to doing the best of me, and also to support my team, because it's a teamwork. If you don't support your team, then if you teach someone to make money, like Joseph said, if you teach someone you make money, you also make more money. So I also looking forward at supporting my team so that they can grow as I grow. Thank you. Good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, Beatrice. You didn't tell us how many people you so far sponsored from the start of the year. Could you please share how many people you
From the start of the year? From the start of the year, I think January, did I sponsor? No, from the start of the year so far, I have 2 people.
2 people.
2 people, but tomorrow I'm putting in the 3rd one. So from the start of the year, I'll have 3 people. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's improve on that, guys, if we are going to achieve all our goals, because all of us, what is clear is we all want to step up. What is clear is that we all want to grow, but we can only grow if we are doing a lot of personal sponsoring and a lot of team sponsoring. Yes, Collins, you just found us sharing, and each person is actually each person is sharing with us their goals for the year.
We don't have network issues.
Haza tukulie tuyo ntukureba.
Network issues.
How many people have you so far sponsored this year?
Network issues. Indiwala. Okay.
Okay, I think
Hello,
Colin,
everyone. Hope you're doing well. Colin is here. Share my goals this year, specifically. Um, yeah, I think it should be next time.
okay, we will go on to the last, someone else. Probably Collins will be able to share with us his goals and what he has so far done for this year. I hope in whatever you're doing, Collins, you're doing a lot of personal sponsoring, because it is only through personal sponsoring and team development that we can be able to grow and achieve our goals. So on to you, Dennis. Please, could you share with us what are your goals for the year? What have you so far done? And what are you doing? Or what are you planning to do? Okay, Dennis says he's unable to share. Okay, so we have heard from all the distributors, the leaders, what they are actually doing to see that they grow their businesses, to see that they are able to achieve their goals and targets and hit their targets for 2025. So that is it. We need to work. We need to get to work hard. We need to give it our very best. We need to focus on what really matters. We need to focus on what will give us the results. We need to focus on what is going to help us grow. And what is going to help us grow, it is by sponsoring personally, by doing team sponsoring with a team, and also go ahead and be able to develop the people that we are sponsoring in our businesses. If we do that, we are going to grow. Remember that the best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. So let's get up. Let's go and work. Let's give it our very best, because through giving it our very best, that is how we are going to be able to achieve our goals and strategies for 2025. I wish you the very best. Have a blessed evening.